Okay, so I made a little slideshow in how to combat aggressive base runners. This is something that clearly happened to us last time and against the yard goats, and I wanted to try to come up with a good plan for it. So please share this with your kids. All right, so this is our standard diamond here. We got pitcher, catcher, first, second, short, third, right field, center field, and left field. The R's represent the runners. Obviously, the baseball is where the baseball is. So let's look at our first situation. These are these kids taking secondary leads. If you remember, once the ball crosses the plate, they can go ahead and get off the base. But that's not really our issue. Our biggest issue seems to be once it's crossed the plate and then back to the pitcher, until he's set, they are moving. And they can move all they want off the base as long as they haven't returned to it until he comes set, ready to pitch. So in this case, the pitcher has thrown the ball, catcher has caught it, thrown it back, and this runner is way off. So he is taking this big secondary lead. So our pitcher has the ball, but he has not thrown it yet and he's not set yet. So this is where they were messing with us. So in this case, you got the runner on first, but he's taking his big secondary lead. I have done a lot of research and I'm calling this one alpha. So if I yell out alpha, this is what I'm expecting to happen here. Runner on first taking a big secondary lead. At this point, everyone needs to get in position. That means the shortstop's going to go cover second, third base cover third. The left fielder runs over to back up third base. The right fielder backs up this, and the center fielder is backing up a throw that could be towards second base. Because what's going to happen here, as you just saw, is the pitcher is going to throw to second base. Not the second base, but the second baseman who is playing their position. It's important that they're halfway between first and second, because now this runner is kind of caught. They're in the middle of nowhere, and that guy with the ball is pretty close to them. Chances are they're going to break towards second base, and that's an easy throw to second to the shortstop. Now, what's everybody else doing? Notice first baseman staying home at his base, catchers at their base, third base is on their base, because you never know how things are going to go. Left field came over to back up. You can see left field came over to back up. Center field is over to back up a throw in case there was one to second base. And right field is backing up the throw from the pitcher. So if you look where the right fielder's gone, they're going directly behind the second baseman. That is play alpha. Okay, that's the simplest one. We're only going to get more complicated from here. Next one, we got sigma. I'm sure you love the names. Runner on second, taking a big secondary lead. Okay, now the pitcher, the same kind of thing. They're going to throw to the shortstop this time. So watch where everyone goes to back up. They throw to the shortstop. Again, the left fielder comes over here to back up a throw that might come to third. The right fielder is going to back up a throw back to second. The center fielder is backing up this throw from the pitcher to shortstop. That's kind of the most important part. Whoops. Center fielder is behind the shortstop. And if you notice, the first baseman did something interesting as they came home, because there's a decent shot that if there's a ball that gets past this shortstop, that there will be some action here, and they might try to throw it home to the catcher. We might even end up in a pickle between third base and the catcher, and I would like that first baseman there ready to go. Pitcher probably could be coming home here as well, but in this particular scenario, first baseman's got no job because there's no one going back to first base, so he might as well come and back up the catcher because it's the best possible. So let me show you that one again. To the shortstop, everyone kind of rotates around, and the first baseman's coming home to help out in case there's a pickle. That's sigma. So far I've had alpha and sigma. This is the one that bothered us the most, is the runner on third. Skibbity. I hate this one, so that's why I called it Skibbity. You're welcome. So here we're going to have the same situation. We're throwing, we got this guy taking this aggressive lead. But here's the difference. We don't have anyone like we had the shortstop or the second baseman in between. So what's going to happen is the catcher is going to come out here, and the pitcher is going to throw basically the catcher is going to come up about a third of the way down the baseline, and then the pitcher will throw to them. Now this is, in this particular scenario, there's only a runner on third base. So that, therefore, the first baseman can run home and be the backup because there is most likely going to be a pickle here. And that's why the shortstop's here too. Shortstop's here too to back up the third baseman. And of course, we've got the left fielder coming in to back up anything that gets overthrown towards the fence. I think the left fielder probably could stay at home back here down on the line, but I'll get into the minutia of that later. But so we've got this situation here. Now we throw to the catcher. Now this guy is in a pickle. If he can get by the pitcher, you've got the first baseman there, who's usually a pretty big kid. In fact, one of our first basemen, our normal first baseman, has played catcher before, so he knows what's up. So this is a situation where we are trying to get them in a pickle here and trying to get them that way. Always run them back towards the base and get them. There is a power in holding the ball. There is not a lot of power in throwing the ball once you get going. Once you've got him in between you, run him down. Unless you only throw if you're just about to get him at the last second. But really, honestly, running towards him is the better option. Here we got runners on first and second. This is beta here. So we have a situation, same thing before. So this is going to be basically the same thing as this play, the Sigma play, but here we go. So beta, the runners are off, throw it to the shortstop, and we're essentially trying to catch them there, but here's the big difference. First baseman has to stay at home in case he's involved here, so the pitcher's running home to help out the catcher in case things get out of hand. So again, we're looking at the pitcher throwing to the shortstop. We can do this if they are just really being a menace on the base paths, really goading us. The worst thing we do is throw it to the previous base, because then we're having a situation where they're going to run us and we got a longer throw. You throw that guy in between and we won't have any issues. Cappuccini, Italian brain rot. There you go. You're welcome, kids. This is a runner on third taking a big secondary lead. Now this is actually my favorite one. So in this scenario, our guy has taken a huge lead and our catcher has the ball this time. That's a huge difference. So our catcher's got the ball, and imagine it's a situation where the pitch was thrown, catcher's got the ball, and this guy is dancing off third, being annoying as all get out. And now the catcher has to throw it back to the pitcher. Well, we know what's happened. Sometimes you throw it back, it's not a great throw, and this guy takes off and goes home. So what we want to happen here, because this guy's not paying attention to anybody but this catcher right now, is we're going to have the third baseman's going to go play his position, and the shortstop's going to run towards just to the side of the pitcher. And we're going to throw it to the shortstop, and he's going to catch it about even with the pitcher's mound. What's great about this is the runner probably thinks it's a bad throw, and that shortstop is running, and he's got the ball. Second baseman's backing him up in case it goes bad, but we have the shortstop's running towards home, catches the ball, and is probably going to tag this guy out or throw him out easily at home. This one will catch them off guard like crazy. In fact, if we do this one time, I'm guessing they will not mess with us again. Okay, Ballerini. This is first and third taking a big lead. We see this a lot. We only basically get one pitch because once they cross that plate with that one, that guy on first is going. So if this is happening, generally speaking, we're going to hold the ball. But let's just say they are doing this to us. Okay, same thing. We're throwing it to that shortstop. Okay, whoops. We're throwing it to our shortstop. Okay, he's right there. Our shortstop's going to crash in. Throw it to the shortstop. We're getting the same situation. Added bonus here, if we miss the play at home or he's already home, we might be able to fire and get him at second base. We'll see. But I think this is really the lesson here, is this shortstop crashing in is a huge advantage. Espresso taking a big secondary lead, and the catcher throws to shortstop. This is bases loaded, literally the same play as the last one. Right? Everyone covers their base. Sorry, clicked it a little early. everyone covers their base because that ball's coming home and that pitcher comes home. Okay? This is the goal here, is to catch them in a rundown. Now, when I talk about all this stuff, I'm also really commenting here is that pitching catchable pitches solves all of this. The pitches in the dirt is what screws us up here. But some of these guys, they'll even go on plays where nothing's in the dirt. If that's the case, I don't want that to happen. So that's when we have to figure something out, and this is our defense.